everybody, it is Julie. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me. Today I have a much requested video. You guys in the comment section, first of all, are amazing and I absolutely love talking to you down there. Know all the time that I will always respond, so like don't be shy. Also, I am planning a Q&A video, so if you have any questions for me regarding bookish things, I'm throwing out the question on Instagram, on Twitter, and here. Please leave me a question down below. I would really like to answer them. I am in the foreseeable future going to hit 2,000 subscribers, and I think I might do the Q&A along with a thank you and maybe a giveaway. So let's be sure to give all of the videos a big thumbs up and a share. Leave your questions down below, and let's get into the real reason that I am filming this today, and that is my bookshelf tour. You guys have been asking for it a lot, and I've been hesitant to do it because I really only have these 4 shelves, and they're not very organized because I've got everything crammed onto them. But I have another little section over to the side of my other bed that I'll probably show you as well. Unfortunately, this setup that I have for my camera does not really allow me to pan up and down, cover the whole shelf. So I am going to take it off of my tripod and my ring light. I'm going to have to hold it to show you the entire bookshelf. I'm going to do my best to make sure that it's as non-shaky as possible. It's a work in progress and a thing in motion. And unlike most booktubers where they have massive bookshelves, I really don't. And I don't have the room for it either. What I have is kind of fluid. Things on here are mostly TBRs, and unless I love them and there are 5, they move to my secondary shelf, and I'm just keeping kind of like my favorites here or things that I still need to read. So I'll show you how I've organized it so far. Again, it changes, but you guys asked, so I'd like to show them to you. So let's go ahead and get started, and I will see you guys over at my bookshelf. Let's start here. I'm on the other side of my ring light, the other side of my messy desk. Now you can see kind of what's fully behind me and to the side of me. This is the quote that I have that I talk about a lot, my full bookshelf. This is my makeup shelf over there, my makeup trash, and my crazy makeup station over here where I filmed my makeup book tag this morning, my notes, notebooks, etc. And then this is my bookshelf. So what I have for you is just those 4 shelves, and then I have a couple drawers where I keep other things. So I'm going to walk on the other side of my ring light, and we're going to start from the top. We're going to work our way down. You'll be able to see all of my pops, some of my bookmarks, and just the way I have things organized right now. All right, guys, top shelf. Shelf 1, let's go over. I have Everything Leads to You. I have not read this yet. This is a TBR like column here. So Everything Leads to You, this is by Nina LaCour. I'm excited to get into that. I have Lux Consequences and Lux Beginnings. Again, I haven't gotten into either one of these. This is the Snow series, so Snow Like Ash, Ice Like Fire, Frost Like Night. I have all 3 of those there. I believe that's a complete series. Behind Hermione and Ron, I have Diana Gabaldon's Outlander, followed by Jandy Nelson's I'll Give You the Sun. I haven't read any of that pile, so I need to. Oh, poor top-heavy Hermione. I also have this really cool bookmark. The bookmark says, "Step out into the night and pursue that flighty temptress adventure." That's by Rowling. My pops up on the top are Hermione, Ron, Neville with little Trevor, my Dobby, my Dumbledore, Draco, and Harry. And then up top there is Luna. I also have my Hermione Granger wand. This is like the wood one, not one of the light up ones or anything. Then I have my new Harry Potter series. Goes up through there. I have another bookmark. It says "You're a Keeper." How cute is that? Up here I have a couple of other books that I have not gotten to yet and just don't have a home anywhere else. So The Other Woman, Captive Prince, Broken Prince, and Paper Princess. And then I have my Shatter Me series by Tahara Mafi that I still need to finish. So that's my full first shelf. So my second shelf is heavy and huge, and I actually do have it doubled up, so I'll have to take this first layer out so you can see. But essentially, right over here, I have my Sarah J. Maas column. Again, all of those are TBRs. I have not read any of those books. A Court of Thorns and Roses, A Court of Mist and Fury, The Empire of Storms, Queen of Shadow, Heir of Fire, Crown of Midnight, Throne of Glass, and Assassin's Blade is over here. A bookmark that says, I solemnly swear I am up to no good, as well as one that says, to the stars that listen and the dreams that are answered. That's a Sarah J. Maas, I believe, quote. Yep. But I think this is from the ACOTAR series. Then I've got Night Circus right there. Since you can see it, I'll discuss it. And then my pops are Hagrid, Harry with the sorting hat and the little bench that he's sitting on, and Snape. This blue bird was my great-grandmother's. It's just a piece of glass that I really love and I've kept. And then I do have candles. I had another one up on here. These are just a couple of other ones. This was a gift from somebody. This is the Neverland. The one up there was the White Rabbit. This is a breast cancer one. Then up front here it says, whatever our souls are made of, his and mine are the same. This is an Emily Bronte quote. I love this bookmark. And then I have Cinder, Scarlet Crest. I do not own Winter, and I don't have the novellas. And then my Grisha trilogy, I have not read yet. Shadow and Bone, Siege and Storm, Ronin Rising. This series, I've read the first two. I have not read Crest yet. Then I have An Ember in the Ashes and All the Light We Cannot See. Behind here on the second row are things that, I'll get to them. So I have The Night Circus, which I am excited for. Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson. I've not read that. Sarah Dessen, I haven't read any of the Sarah Dessen books. I have That Summer, Dreamland, Along for the Ride, and Lock and Key. I have Anna and the French Kiss, which I did read, and then Lola and the Boy Next Door, and Isla and the Happily Ever After. I've not read these two. And then I have Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell, which I did read. Then up here I've got The Luminaries. I have not read that yet, and Us by David Nichols I have not read. As well as Breathe by Anne-Sophie Brasme. I've not read this, but it's super tiny, so I want to read it soon. So that is my complete second shelf. No, these wooden bookmarks are so cool, guys. Actually, I think the haul that I did for those you haven't seen yet, but spoilers. So this is my third shelf. This is the shelf that you mainly see behind me when I'm filming. And this one I've tried not to stack as heavily because, again, you are seeing it when I'm filming. So I wanted it to look a little bit nicer. This is my Labyrinth shelf, as you can see, as well as some Tinkerbell, which I'll explain. So starting over here, we've got Six of Crows, Crooked Kingdom. Again, I've read both of them, but I love them, so I want them visible. I have For the Girls with Messy Hair and Thirsty Hearts. That's a quote by Jodi Lynn Anderson. I love that bookmark. So then we have the Remnant Chronicles. I've not read any of those, so those are still TBRs. Then we have another quote here that says, in dreams we enter a world that's entirely our own. Another Rowling quote. I love that. And the owl. Then back here we have Shoot Down the Wendy Bird. That is my book. It's a collection of short stories and poetry, really flash fiction and poetry. And that is why I have my Tinkerbells there, because I love Tink and kind of fits with my Shoot Down the Wendy Bird, so I keep them there. Then over here, I've got Clockwork Angel, Clockwork Prince, and Clockwork Princess. I have not completed that trilogy yet, but I need to. And then I have Under the Never Sky right there behind Ludo. One Day by David Nichols. I have The Strange and Beautiful Sorrows of Ava Lavender, and then A Monster Calls, as well as my Jim Henson Labyrinth book bind up right up there. And then in terms of pop, I've got Hoggle, Ludo, two of my Jareth, my little worm, and Sarah. So they all reside on this shelf that you see most of the time. This is usually blocked by my head. This is kind of what you're seeing most of the time when I am filming. And then I have this one last low down shelf that I don't really worry about looking good because you guys can never see it. So it's packed. Right here I have a quote that I really love. I found this at like Home Goods, which is like a thrift store kind of a place here. And it was actually like only a couple cents because the picture was upside down, so I had to like kind of break through the backing of it to fix it. But I'm obsessed with old typewriters, and I'm a writer, so this just kind of like fit for me, and I love that. I'll take it out so you can see behind it. So I have Red Queen and Glass Sword, and that's by Victoria Aveyard. And then I have Tuck Whatley, Freedom Fighter Fighter, a novel by Brian Pettis and Brandon Myers. Brian and Brandon are very good friends of mine. They've been friends with me, since I was a blogger solo, before I had any of my businesses and etc. and I adore them. So I grabbed this and they sent it over to me after I ordered it, and kindly and sweetly both signed it for me, and they're amazing, and that just goes to prove I've had this for too long without reading it, because I have not read this yet. I've read a lot of their other books. They're amazing authors. They do have a large library of books. Honestly, all of their books are incredibly entertaining, and I really love their writing style, but I have not read that yet, and I need to, because A, I need to know what the story is, and B, I just want to support them. So if you're interested, you should check them out. They are phenomenal, and this will be a part of a series because there's a little #1 down there, so hopefully there's more from them coming because I love them. And then I have Laini Taylor's box set here. This is The Daughter of Smoke and Bone, The Days of Blood and Starlight, and The Dreams of Gods and Monsters. I have not read any of these, so these are definitely on a TBR soon. My Lady Jane is by Hand, Ashton, and Meadows. There's 3 ladies. Just finished this for my November TBR and really enjoyed it. Then I have Worlds of Ink and Shadow by Lena, who is this? Lena Coakley. I got this in one of my Owl Crates as well, and I never read it. So this is one of my unread Owl Crate books that I'll want to get to eventually. So over here I have P.S. I Like You. That's another Owl Crate book that I have not read yet, and Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover, which I have not read yet. And then we have Born Sinner here is by S.L. Jennings. This was the first, I believe, of a series. I read it. It was meh. It was what it was. My little fandom of the month subscription box, because I just love the way that looks. Then I have The School for Good and Evil, which I need to read. I just kind of have that faced up front. I have 3 Dark Crowns by Kendare Blake, which I loved. Every Heart a Doorway, which I also enjoyed. And then my Sweet series, so Sweet Evil, Sweet Peril, Sweet Reckoning. I did say I was going to get rid of them, and then I still have them. And then right here I have my Hogwarts journal. This is blank. It's just something my sister got when she went to the Harry Potter world, which I have not been to yet, so she got that for me. And then I have my Mistborn trilogy box set, which I need to dive into at some point soon, maybe. And then I have Laurel K. Hamilton's A Caress of Twilight. This is the second book of the Meredith, what's her name? Meredith something. It's like a Fae series. It's a new series of her that's like Fae related. So I got the second book. I just haven't read it yet. And then I have The Time Machine. This was an Owl Crate book as well. So this is just a small Owl Crate book edition by H.G. Wells. That was a really cool new edition cover that they gave us. Tempting Fate by Jane Green. I really don't know much about that. I got that, I don't know where. And then these are books that I'm using as research for a book that I'm writing. So they're kind of like Irish folklore books. So this is Celtic Wisdoms, the Encyclopedia of Celts, and Irish Witchcraft and Demonology. So I'm using these to write a YA series that I'm working on. Let's put you in the back. Back, shameful reads. Back, dirty, sexy time read. And then I'll put you back here. And then all the way up here, I have Truth Witch, which is my November TBR book that I still need to read, and The Summer I Turned Pretty, which I don't want to start until I have the rest of the series. So she's just sitting there. So as you can see, I have a lot of stuff crammed into each of my shelves because I don't have much room. But I want to be careful about how much weight I'm putting on this. This is a new bookshelf that I got from IKEA. And this is the only area that I've doubled up on just because I don't want to have that much weight on the shelves. So this is my main bookshelf. And again, like I've said, as I went through, a lot of this is all TBR stuff. That's that shelf. And I'm going to take you across the room and show you my other. All right, guys. First of all, can we just address how incredibly messy these shelves are? These are my, like, I don't really give a crud books. This lower level here is all my Kim Harrison Hollow series. So these are Kim Harrison Hollow. Back down there are some Anita Blake Vampire Hunter books. Then one Karen Marie Monning. And then the rest are all the Hollows series. Then I have The Success Principles, 7 Highly Effective People, Guy Kawasaki's Enchantment. These are kind of like books that I was using when I was doing my business, when I was an entrepreneur. The Girl's Guide to Being a Boss. Career Advice for Ambitious Women, Treasure Island. This is a, oh, you can't see anything. Let's show you. Treasure Island. This is one of the old kind of like amazing leather editions that I adore. So then we have 642 Tiny Things to Write About. Take you out of there. We Were Liars, The Leap, The Dead, The Enemy, The End, The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer, more of my books. The Serpent King, which I loved. Hollow City, May Cause Miracles, Caitlin Moran's How to Be a Woman. Up here I have Find You in the Dark. I also have a guide to indie self-publishing and a guide to indie authors. Back behind here, guys, there's more. I have my Divergent series, I'll Give You the Sun. That's a second book I have. When I ordered it, I got 2. I don't know why. And then I have a couple of the Game of Thrones books back there. This shelf over here in the corner is the seriously packed one. So I've got Ugly Girls, which was in a recent haul. A Shadow Bright and Burning, which I just finished recently. And then I have The Edge of Never, Girl on the Train, Before You Go to Sleep. I have Dare Me, The Host. I have Something Strange and Deadly, This Savage Song. And then I have my Wicked series, Walk the Earth a Stranger, Witch's Daughter, Milk and Honey, It Ends with Us, and Rebel Belle. Let's take them out. Put them up top here. Up top here, these are all journals. 13 Reasons Why is back there. That's the Raven Boys. And then it's the Cassandra Cass Elite series is in the backpack. So I don't know why. I'm keeping the Elite series and the Raven Boys, even though I wasn't like huge fans of them, and then 13 Reasons Why. So that's those shelves. My skeletons. And that, you guys, is my entire bookshelf overview. Again, like I've said 1,000 times, a lot of my books are still in storage. This is not all of my books, but it is most of them. At least what I have now. Honestly, I don't know what I would do with my other books if they came out of storage because I have no more room for them. So I'm currently thinking about ways to reorganize my room to fit another bookshelf in. Or purge enough clothes to get rid of a dresser to bring more bookshelves in. Because reader problems. But that is my current bookshelf. Who knows what it's going to look like later, but that's what it looks like now. I hope you enjoyed the tour. If you did, be sure to give this video a big old thumbs up, click subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.